Good morning. Hope you're doing well this morning. It's a beautiful Sunday here, bright and sunny. The cicadas are out back chirping away. I need to look up what cicadas mean. I've seen a lot of them, hear them all the time. Anyway, it is time to, I guess, really believe this is real. You know, for a long time I've been talking about this, it seems like for months, and now since getting the RV yesterday, it really does feel real. And there are quite a few things that I have to do and learn, and I don't know anything about an RV, so that's going to be an entirely new learning experience, figuring out how that whole thing works and how to get it around and set it up and take it down and make sure that the kids are taken care of. I know that they're very excited, and I am too. This is an experience that I wanted to really have as much fun and play as possible. I have been an individual that has worked most of my life, and I can remember working from the time I was 4. I was definitely in the family business by the time I was 8, and I've worked every day since then. And I've always been a really hard worker, so I'm a type of person that doesn't work 8 and 10-hour days. I've always worked 14, 16-hour days, and for a long time, 18-hour days. I slept 3 hours a night, but I loved it. I loved everything that I was doing. And I've realized that it is time for me to learn something that might be very natural to most of you. It's going to sound very odd, probably, but I don't really know how to play. I don't really know how to relax. I don't really know how to truly play or what that means. I never played as a child. I was always at my parents' business, and I was always working, and so I didn't really interact with other kids. I didn't do sleepovers. I didn't play. I came straight home from school, and I never really learned that. And my parents worked so hard. They were just trying to make ends meet and trying to create something for their kids. And I remember they worked nearly 20 years without ever taking a day off, and that was 7 days a week. And so I don't blame them in any way, because they weren't getting what they needed. And I wonder how many people are like that, especially in this country or in any of the Western world, because we're so driven by accomplishment and staying busy and working and creating something, that do we really take the time to play, or do we just take a second and do something and then get right back to our grind? You know, it will be interesting for me to see, and I think that's a big part of me meeting a lot of people. You know, I come from a culture that people excel, they work hard, they study hard, they are the best. You know, I grew up always hearing that, you know, Indian children become doctors, lawyers, and engineers, and you know, it's an interesting perspective that I'm taking right now, because I'm literally taking a year off of my life. It's not that I'm going to work any less. I don't know that that is a part of me that disappears. And I do truly believe that my soul chose to come here to do a certain bit of work, to support humanity in a certain way. It feels like that, because I'm so compelled to being this way. But this is also a journey of discovering the side of me that knows how to play and be silly and be a child and all of this sort of thing. And it's so interesting, because as I was moving through the divorce and it finalized in January, all of a sudden these thoughts started coming in that I started writing. And I actually started channeling another book, and I was writing and writing and writing. And interestingly enough, my agent called me, and he said, there's a publisher, New Page. They are interested in a particular book being written, and they have specifically asked for you. And would you be interested in writing a book proposal for that? And I thought, you know, what is it, the topic that they want? And he described the topic, and it was exactly what was channeling in. It was amazing. It was exactly what they were asking for. And so I said, well, you know, I'm already writing this book, actually. It's coming in. So let me create the book proposal, and let me see if they approve it. And if it is what they want, then I'll continue what I'm doing. And I sent the book proposal. They approved it. Their only condition was that they wanted it to be completed in about 90 days. I was leaving for Machu Picchu in June, and they wanted it completed And so I just continued to write it, and it got completed. It's an amazing book, and it's so much, as I'm seeing now, it's almost as if I predicted the experience that I'm about to have. So it will be interesting to see if that is truly what unfolds. It feels very much like I'm about to live what I wrote about. I'm about to truly live out the entire experience and completely integrate everything that was written about in that book. And I flipped open the PDF last night, and I was reading through it, and it was quite surreal. It was very surreal to read the words and to see where I am right now. And so I can't wait for that book to come out. I just got word that it's going to be released in November. It was originally supposed to be released in January of next year, and it's already actually online. It's called Your Journey to Enlightenment, 12 Guiding Principles of Love, Courage, and Commitment. And I'm definitely living out those guiding principles of love, courage, and commitment. So it's up there if you want to go ahead and reserve your copy. And at that time, I don't know that they even knew that I had a book coming out, the Conversations with the Universe book coming out in May. So when you live your life truly for yourself and following your heart and opening yourself to being greater than the personality or the body that you believe you inhabit, I think we open ourselves to be channels. And when we let that type of energy flow through us, other events that we call synchronistic happen. But I think it goes beyond synchronicity. I think we're either wounded, or we're in a place where we're seeing coincidence, or we've moved to a place where we have these synchronistic things happening, or we realize that we're actually stepping into a place of oneness because there's so much synchronicity. And so as I move on to this journey, I hope to share with you lots of the communications and conversations with the universe that take place so that you can really see how that all works. And also, I hope to discover myself in new ways. I've been listening to my songs. I have to practice those and get ready for whatever shows or speaking engagements I'm going to do, and it feels like the singing will be a part of it. I'm not sure where the comedy fits in yet. That has not gotten clear. We now have the house on wheels, so we have the place to live. Some of the cities are forming, and anyone that wants to invite from any other cities, if you have a facility there that wants to host and invite us, then I'm willing to come. It will be an interesting, beautiful, unfolding journey, and although I'm the one that is seemingly taking the trip, I feel like you're all with me on it and can be as much a part of it by the way that I can share it with you. So thank you for being on the road with me, on the Rebel Road. We are getting on the Rebel Road. I think I should do something for the RV. I should have it painted or something, or, big bold words, or have any ideas? Share your ideas. What do you think I ought to put on the Rebel Road home bus? What should be across that, splattered across it, if I could do that? Love to hear from you. Anyway, in love, of love, and with love, I'm Simran Singh, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.